What's up guys, Shockwave640 here, and today we are taking a look at the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Thundercracker. And of course he is the one that won, he was the one that won the voting for yesterday's review after reviewing the Funko Five Nights at Freddy's Freddy Fazbear action figure. And so of course this guy was the one that won. Not very many people voted on that last one, which is kind of strange to me. I thought the voting thing would have been a much bigger hit. Of course, I'm going to continue it because I just like the idea. Eventually, it'll become more popular and more people get used to it because they do know nobody else is doing it. But without further ado, here's the winner, and of course, it is Thundercracker. And Thundercracker is just a repaint of Revenge of the Fallen. Starscream, of course, he has no remolded parts. The only difference is, of course, the colors and his weapons. He comes with one of the exact same weapon, and then he has that new weapon right there, which isn't really new. It's just a repaint of a weapon we've already gotten. So, without further ado, let's do the size comparisons. Of course, combiner word Shockwave. I have him in his gun mode for a reason. And so, there is that, if you guys want to see what that looks like. Here he is with my Lego Optimus mock I reviewed quite some time ago. Here he is with Figma Link, and one of the size comparisons fell over. So there he is with Figma Link. The arm tree. Here he is with Mirage, Combiner Wars Mirage. Oh, he almost fell over. And here, I am knocking everything over here. Hang on. Sorry, I had to throw Mirage off to the side. He was knocking everything over. And then here he is with the super deformed Neo Zeong. So, there you can see that. Also, today there is only going to be a voting between two guys. So I'm just going to kind of switch around. I've decided what I'm going to do. For the votings, I'm just going to kind of switch around. And, hang on a second. I'm just going to kind of switch around and do voting numbers from 2 to 3 to 4. Whatever I feel like actually pulling out and doing the voting for. Because sometimes it gets a better hit when it's got 2, sometimes it's got a better hit when it had 3, better hit when it had 4, probably sometime in the future, because last time it didn't when it had 4, but I'll try it again, of course. And so this time, I'm just going to do 2, and we'll see how that goes. And let me move this guy because he is one of the votings. And so, let's actually take a look at Thundercracker. Of course, Thundercracker is just a repaint of Starscream. His weapons do just peg down in the bottom. You can have him facing either way. This is the sword weapon, the one that locked the other sword weapon in the place to have that, like, staff weapon. So it's got the machine gun on one side, it's got the clip for the locking mechanism, and then it's got the gold blade with nice details all throughout. And then this side, he's got this chainsaw weapon, which came out with another one of the figures from the line. I don't know who, but you just pull this little trigger down here, and it becomes a chainsaw, and then you release it, and very derpily becomes a gun. So just kind of, no locking point. I mean, this is what it does, and it sags down and does not look good. None of these mech-tech weapons were what you would call good. They stayed looking good in one mode unless you could lock it somewhere, but oh well, I guess you could kind of just wedge it in like that. It could be a crossbow, right? Maybe, sure, why not? It's cool. But so there is Thundercracker without any of the weapons. I still to this day think that that's probably one of the best Jetformer molds we've gotten. Of course, besides Masterpiece figures, because apparently Masterpiece are like the holy grail of Transformers. I don't own any, so I have no say in that whatsoever. But it's exactly the same as the normal Starscream. It has the rubber nose here, done in black. The transparent yellow windshield with the nice silver outlining going along. Some silver there. Of course, dark blue plastic with the nice metallic finish to it. And you have the silver and red going along there, and going along these little fins right here. And then you have the silver there, and then you have the little spots of gray, which kind of look out of place. It would have been nice if they did those in a more gold, or not gold, a little silver plastic or red plastic. I think that would have looked nice. You have the landing gear right here, which don't roll. You have these silver bits here, which are for the robot mode. You have the serial number right there. You have basically just all the robot mode stuff here just hanging out. You can see a little bit of red for the legs. The landing gear can fold up in jet mode. You just fold that one up, and then these will fold to the side. And then there you have it with all the landing gear put away. It does stand perfectly fine without the landing gear. It's just really, really wobbly. So if something shakes your table, or it's just gonna wibble wobble all over the place. But I don't know anybody that displays their toys in vehicle mode, so mine's always displayed in robot mode. But I actually don't have this guy on my shelf. He's always just in a little bag that I have all my extra figures in. But anyways. Let's get down to the transformation. Transform is exactly the same as Revenge of the Fallen Starscream, but I haven't reviewed him and I don't have him, so I'm just going to show you how to do it. So, the first thing you want to do, let's see. First thing you want to do is grab this, I think is what you do first. I'm trying to remember how to do this first. Oh yeah, you want to bring these sections up. They're on a little slider, and then just kind of bring them up like that. Which also kind of makes a different looking airplane. I mean, this could have been repainted as a penguin. Right? Maybe? I don't know. Then you want to flatten these, and then you want to bring that section up, revealing the back thrusters and stuff that Starscream had in the movie. It would have been nice if they were painted, but Hasbro lazy, and Hasbro will always be lazy, and they just get lazier, so they won't. So for the legs, you just want to straighten them out, like so. And then you want to bring them out at these hinges, right here, revealing all the silver and red details to kind of make it look like it actually transformed. And then you just fold out his toes that are not accurate because they should have little spikes on the top, but these don't have them. And then you just straighten out the legs so that they are in a way that you like. You can either arch them back and have them like that, or you can straighten them all the way down. I like to arch them just because I like arching them. It makes them look a little bit more like Starscream, I guess. But it does make them look very short and derpy, though. So just have that all straightened out. Come here and open these little things. About as far as they'll go. They can go, I think, no, they can't go anymore. Open them as far as they'll go. Then you want to grab these sections and bring them up, revealing a little bit more red and blue and the Decepticon symbol. And then you want to straighten them, like so. And then you want to kind of push them in and bring these sections out like so. Just bring them out on that hinge. And then you can go ahead and just fold these arms out. And then you can fold out the hands, like so. And then you can just go and you can orientate, that's not even a word. Orient the hand properly, or the arm properly, like so. Bring these sections in, so that you have them like this. Open up the crotch piece. Come here with the nose cone. Fold this section up, and then bend the entire nose cone section down, and it'll clip into place. Fold the crotch plate back up. There you have his head revealed. With this plate, you can either just leave it inclined or flat up against his head. What I like to do is I like to get this. You want to make sure everything's aligned, and these tabs right here that were hidden by the wings, when you push them down to reveal some tabs, they'll go right into the spots on the wings. So you kind of just want to get this double hinge for this backpack section all the way up, and then just kind of tab these in so that you have them nice and secure. Let's see if I can do this. It's kind of hard to see in there. Really hard to get it in there. There we go. So there we have that. And there you have Thundercracker in his robot mode. And like I said, if you don't want the legs that squatted down, you can always just bring them out a little bit and make him look a little bit less derpy. The proportions on this guy are a little bit weird, but it's still a very great Starscream nonetheless. So here is his robot mode. Let's get in here, look at the details real quick. Of course, the same exact head sculpt. It's got a little bit of gray there, gray going on there. Really nice details on this head though. He's got gold eyes, which is kind of weird. I think the original one had gold eyes as well. I don't know. No light piping, of course. It is just painted. Nice over details there. You can still see the cockpit, of course. It's over there. The red and silver peeping out in the arms and on the backs of the wings, and of course the random serial number right there. Would have been better if they like put it on the back of one of his legs or something. But nice shape to him. He's really flat, and it kind of looks weird when it comes to here because it's just like a giant square, but then it goes flat in the front. But I think it looks right. It's good enough for the on-screen look of Starscream. This character was actually not in the show, or in the movie, I should say. He might have been in the comics. I highly doubt it, but it's what they did in Revenge of the Fallen. This guy was, I think, one of the shelf warmers. Nobody wanted to buy him just because he was a repaint of Starscream, but I bought him because they didn't have Starscream, and I looked at this guy, I was like, well, this guy's cool. I don't even have this one yet. So I got him. Of course, the wheels, the landing gear, they do make his heel spurs, which is a clever idea, but it's not even slightly accurate. But I think it's kind of cool. He does have the weird hands that Starscream has in the movie. I don't like these hands. I never will. They're kind of weird. It's like 3 fingers and 2 thumbs. I don't know. I'm not too fond of the way. I'm not fond of Starscream in the movies. I liked his character and his personality. I just didn't like the way he looked. I mean, he looked strange. He was really weird. But of course, he can still use his weapons. He does have ports here on the side of his arms, and you can have him with his sword. Except I like to put the sword on the other arm. I think. No, I like the sword to be on this arm. I like it with the blade facing up like that. And so you can have him using a sword. It doesn't really extend all that far, so good luck using that. Or you can just fold it back, and he can use the machine gun. So if you were a child and you were playing with this, you can just be like playing with your friends, and you can be shooting Autobots or other Decepticons for some odd reason, and then you can be using the machine gun that you have there, and then you just flip around, and then you have a Cybertronian blade. So that's a nice idea. You can also peg the weapons back here on these little ports on the back of the wings, like so, and then there you have weapon storage. You can also fold it up if you like to have the blade sticking straight up. I usually like to just have it like this. And I like to rotate it to the side to have the blade going to the side like a typical stored weapon fashion. Also, this weapon does peg onto the wrist as well, and it can be extended to make the saw. It would have been nice if the saw could stay out, because I would use this weapon as a melee weapon and the other one as a gun, but oh well. So there you have that. Of course, this weapon can also be stored here on the back of his wings. So there you have him with the weapon stored. For this gun, I usually like to have it where it's going straight up and down. I don't know why, I just do. If you really wanted to, you could still use these right here. And then you can have him with like some weird breast cannons, maybe? I don't really know. And then the sword, of course, can still peg right in there as well. And you can have a super chest bump of death. Or peg it the other way around and have a machine gun chest bump of death. So whatever you prefer, it's all up to you. Now the reason why I have Shockwave in his cannon mode is because I'm actually going to test and see if this guy can actually use him. So bringing in Combiner Wars Shockwave, it does use the standard peg there. So let's see if this will actually fit into his arm. And no, it will not. The Starscream mold cannot use Combiner Wars Shockwave, and if it could, that would look very weird. Maybe he can store here on the back. Nope, the peg's too loose. He just flops right down and just falls off. So no, that's a bust. Shockwave cannot be used with this mold. For some reason, if you wanted to, oh well, it's too bad for you, I guess. So guys, this was the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Thundercracker, and I say you should probably go buy this guy. Obviously, he's not going to be in stores unless you see him at a local shop for clearance or on a sale or something like that. Oh yeah, articulation, real quick. There is a hinge here for transformation, ball joint there, hinge here for transformation, ball joint there, and a double hinge there for the hand for transformation. The head is on a hinge, or a swivel I should say. Legs are on a ball joint, and this hinge right here for transformation. They're on this knee joint here. I think it's also for transformation. They're on a swivel there, not for transformation, but for actual articulation. And then that second knee, so you can get his leg going way up, also for transformation. And then you have his foot moving up and down for transformation, and for some reason you can move that for transformation. So lots of the joints that he has are due to transformation. So, yeah, but I like that though. I like whenever the articulation is also parts of the transformation, because it really helps. So guys, this was the Revenge of the Fallen Thundercracker, and I say that this guy's really great. Buy him if you ever get the chance to, or the Starscream mold. Either one works. I don't know if they did a Skywarp. I highly doubt it, but it would have been really cool. I would have bought it. So yeah, tell me what you guys think of him down in the comment section below. So here, let's do the voting real quick, setting him off to the side. Here is the voting that we have for today. We have the Super Deformed Sinanju, and we have the Real Grade Zagok. So, which one do you guys want to see reviewed in my next review for tomorrow? Do you want to see the Super Deformed Neo Zeong? I don't know what I said. I think I said Super Deformed Sinanju. Well, it is the Sinanju, because the Sinanju is right in there. But do you want to see the super deformed Neo Zeong, or do you want to see the real grade Zagok? So, of course, the eye will be up there, so be sure to vote for that. I want to see what you guys think should be reviewed next. So, tell me what you guys think in the comment section about Thundercracker, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next review. Thanks for watching.